with Brett Berry and Greg.
All right, guys, we're here in this prediction game between the Clippers and Lakers opening night game.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit.
Please subscribe
this month as he was earlier in the season.
Subscribe, Brad.
He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Green out there with Bradley. And it's McGee in at the five. And two prolific offenses, Brent, going head-to-head.
Opening night game.
What was the best offensive team you ever played for?
Well, the fun I had, Kevin, and enjoyed the most was in Seattle for the Supersonics. Now we're going to have to explain to some of the kids who that is.
Who they are.
But I think the most efficient and the most programmed offense certainly was in San Antonio for Greg Popovich.
Now,
first having the Tim Duncan down on the block.
Seattle Supersonics. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game right now. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And a big summer for the Lakers, trading for Anthony Davis for a time. Greg, it even looked like they had a great shot at landing Kawhi Leonard.
He ends up choosing the Clippers, which gives rise to a compelling rivalry. The nexus of NBA basketball has shifted to the city of Angels. Whichever team you root for, LA fans will have a lot to celebrate.
Morris, no good. LeBron passes to Davis, and he uses the glass on the way.
There's no way that LeBron James is not going to come in and dictate the tempo of this game. Just keeps his eyes up and drops a nice dime there.
Now here's Beverley. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Warriors in San Francisco. Fast break, the Lakers. LeBron with the ball. And Davis gets it. Davis has got his second bucket of the night.
One thing LeBron James can dictate is how his teammates get going. Smart pass there.
We played just over a minute here in the first. Knocked loose and stolen by James. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. And
just a stellar effort from Anthony Davis, sprinting down the floor, one of the fastest bigs in the league, and he gets rewarded.
And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 5-point game. Outside, George drills the three-pointer.
They don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Brett, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverley is one of them.
Patrick Beverley always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverley plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
You can't just
call time
when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over
Clippers
it as a
really
defender.
good.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
Double team.
Check in for JaVale McGee. Now, here's George, following the miss by Anthony Davis. George passes to Harrell. He hangs in on the second chance points.
When the shot's going up, it's fun to watch the way that Montrezl Harrell will attack a rebound, crucial to this offense and his production.
Now here's Davis. He has 6. They can't stop the run with that one.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Here's Morris. Here's George. And Finally, they hit one. George has got 8 points. 1:02 left in the first quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And they double up Davis. Back to Bradley. From deep, Green.
Wide open for quarter.
When you're trying to space the floor, Green's the guy you want out there. The defense is forced to respect him from range.
Patient pass there by the Lakers.
Leonard against James.
OMG!
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Now here is Davis. 26 points for him last game against Houston. Over in the corner, Green. Trying to get open is Davis. They grabbed their own miss. The pass to James. Just 5 to shoot. Second chance shot. Down by the Clippers.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Paul George, he's been...
And Clippers up by 3 in this exciting game.
8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will.
What a shot by Morris.
Going in there and collecting some boards.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Green. And it's Shamet in at the 3 slot. The Lakers trade. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams...
What a move by Rondo!
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just can't kick it out.
Oh, my God, sweet move!
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
With social media, extended TV coverage, lots of distractions for these players, Brent. But some do a terrific job of blocking all that out and keeping their focus.
The roles and responsibilities of teams is changing around exactly what you're talking about. So you have to have people within your organization to help these players understand where it is that they have to.
Sweet Lou, really?
That is your job on the floor.
Get
And so
on here.
really good organizations are educating the players on that. They're not just relying on the agents or outside sources. Teams are trying to get in there and impact guys at a young age to make sure that, as you said, that noise is not part of their beginning part of their career.
And another shot, and Jackson finishes inside. Jackson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Rondo dishes to Morris. Over Green. Gets it to go.
Morris hits again.
Morris has got his second basket of the game. 1:57 left in the first half. Jackson kicks to Harrell. Back to Jackson. Outside Williams. Morris with the rebound.
All time.
Call time here. Last time they met was in Los Angeles,
really
where they beat the Clippers.
Tough
really
team
an impressive
play against.
physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls, and of course went on to win it.
No doubt, that's what made the difference. The aggression they showed, attacking, drawing contact, it got them points at the line and made foul trouble a big concern on the other side.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubats is checked in for Harrell. Morris comes in for Green. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Paul George in for Reggie Jackson.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Flat out miss. And this is what he does so well, putting the defender back on his heels and being relentless in flying to the basket.
This is it through Leonard. There's a minute left in the first half of basketball. To the paint, here's Davis.
Yeah, Lakers, it's showtime.
Terrific flush from Anthony Davis there. When he's given room to fly like that, he's going to take off.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's Zubats off to a good start.
Offensive rebounds by the
Second
Clippers.
chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and there was some serious effort there.
Now here's James. 29 points for him last game against Houston.
And he also controlled the boards. He just seemed to be in the right
nice
position
assist
every time the
by
ball came off the rim.
Anthony
If
Davis.
you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
The shot and game clock separated by 4 as the Morris. Poke loose. George passes to Zubats.
Oh, no, McGee.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
LeBron outside. Here's Davis.
Anthony Davis. It's a tie game at halftime. What an exciting game we're having here.
Team is pumped up.
Toe-to-toe battle between the two teams.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. It really hung
Lakers drew
tough as
first
we got
blood,
close to halftime.
but then
Well, let's
the
get your
Clippers
thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
I love the motion on offense.
Did their
Guys
thing.
are moving, the ball is moving. It's a very
And now the
nice
Lakers
approach to the game. And one the
tied it
defense
up.
absolutely could not keep up.
They're always double-teaming Anthony Davis.
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting the time to rebound. Strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together.
Paul George, really hot now. James only 2 points.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Anthony Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Bradley in at the point guard.
McGee with a mismatch.
Game for the Lakers.
Capitalizing.
And Brett, with the corner 3 being such a popular shot, should we consider widening the court, making it all feel the same?
That's an interesting question, Kevin. There's been some talk around the idea of actually dissipating that three-point line into the sideline.
Yes.
And I really just wanted to say dissipating, by the way.
Well, and you said it well.
The other thing, Kevin, that has been considered, what if we went back to skinnying up the lane line, back to the original George Mikan days of the lane being 6 feet wide, rather than what we see today at 12 feet. that would put a ton more value on post-up and two-point play, almost so much as the three-point shot and the two-point shot in the post equate to the same amount of points per possession.
Yeah. And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Davis, good in the assist.
Anthony Davis with an assist from LeBron.
For Anthony Davis.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And it's Leonard missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced a miscue.
Those are all the little things about Davis there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And the foul called on Danny Green.
Over Beverly.
That is his first foul of the game. Andre Harrell is checked in for the Clippers. Andrew Shamet comes in for George. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Bradley against Beverly. Pass to Shamet. Clock at 6. Here's Morris. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Out of the gates here this second half, they have not started well. 0-3.
Over Beverly.
Fluid motion in LeBron James' jumper tonight. Totally comfortable at the pull-up J.
And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Ray, you think he's...
One-on-one on LeBron.
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
Now here's Davis. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. James, no good.
I saw a green light there, Kevin, but he's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Morris.
Davis rises up and swats that shot away. This has been a night where you can look at his shooting and his...
nice assist by LeBron.
That's the bottom line.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a foot.
And the
Clippers call time.
Their first time out here.
You take a look at Anthony Davis and his frame and think about his rookie year coming in so thin and moved around a lot by bigger, stronger players in the post. No longer the case. As he's put on a ton of muscle for that frame and continues to grow in the strength area along with his confidence. That's helped him out a lot.
A different look for the Clippers. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Williams comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Harrell. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Williams for 3. Rebounded by Howard. And after just one season at Kentucky,
Smith
build of Davis was a concern in the NBA. And the question was, would his body hold up?
Well, he's answering the question to some degree, Kevin, knowing that it wasn't a one-year process to get stronger and...
All right, Morris hitting all cylinders now.
Physical maturity. Anthony Davis doing a better job of avoiding places where he might get injured, expanding his game to the perimeter, and hopefully some of those things pay off for his longevity for his career.
Here's Jackson. Following the basket by Markieff Morris.
A lot of shot by Jackson.
The Lakers lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Jackson.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Morris inside, headed by Green.
Morris again.
And really the story of this second half. One team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Smith is fouled.
Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. There's the foul against the Clippers. The Lakers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
J.R. Smith is a straight gunner. He's just a guy who wants to shoot every time he touches the ball.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Green, and it's George in for Leonard. Clippers trail by 11. Now, here's George. 8 points for him.
a foul.
Go to the line for
Oh, my
That's on Dwight.
Paul George right now.
What a break there.
Defender using the old pump fake. You know that one, Kev. The pump fake.
He made the only free
He's
throw
got to get a 3 shots.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
A mistake there.
And he's good on the second.
Oh, wow.
Paul George
That was the difference.
finally has a situation here where he could show why he's an elite player, why he's an all-star, but to pay off how hungry he is to prove it with a late postseason run. Well, when he gets into a groove,
Almost went in for J.R. Smith, but
might be
Clippers
2 weeks, 2 months, something
mitigated.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding on to an 8-point lead heading
What a
into
block
the
there
break.
by Anthony
They've been playing
Davis.
Some ferocious defense. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Clippers trail by 8. So for the Clippers right now, Ivica Zubac is out there with Hero. Then it's Williams. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point. Now here's Rondo following the miss by Montrezl Harrell. Outside Rondo. Smith against Williams.
Basketball by J.R. Smith.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
For the Clippers, Marcus Morris is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Leonard comes in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Timeout called the Lakers. Changes here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Davis comes in for Markieff Morris. And LeBron subbed in for Kyle Kuzma. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Odom.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. His demeanor was not one of the coach whose team was well ahead. He said, this is the time to turn up the heat. Make one final push and try to close out strong. We'll see if they were listening, guys.
Always impressive when a smaller player has a nose for the ball and rises up amongst the taller ones to grab rebounds.
And the Lakers call time here. Lakers leading by 10. The feed to Davis. Over Morris. And Davis is in there on the assist for
Davis.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. From deep, George. That shot misses. And it's the Lakers the other way. The drive by James.
Once James takes off towards the basket, the defense really has no chance or stop the determination from the team there.
Here's George. And foul on the shot. So
it was bumped
at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
That free throw's good from George. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'll be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because the teams hone in on what those individual mean and competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
The kids play that at high school. They play that in the college. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It would be interesting, and especially halfway through the year to
LeBron unable to save it.
That I think would be great.
Good point. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Outside.
Beverly guarded by Rondo.
There's the pass to Zubac. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range, but he's giving it to him. He's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
James dishes to Davis.
Davis missed.
Clippers trail by 12. George with no one around. And James pulls it down. James has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside Davis. It's stolen by Morris.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Lakers.
Look at the
Beverly for 3.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matches.
Lakers trying to maintain the lead.
And great ball movement.
And what's been a good season already.
Just a minute remaining.
Record of 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for LeBron.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way too.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James.
And he's playing
LeBron,
this entire
not
game
much
on his
this
front
guy.
foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
He lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Takes the 13-footer. Good as the jump shot for
George.
And Paul George in the mid-range area, just dominating that possession.
Leonard against LeBron. And they double up Davis. On the money with the open shot.
Anthony Davis, so good.
Was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
And he gets the bucket.
It's easy to understand why Paul George is one of the top scorers in the league. He can read the defense, he can shoot it, he can get inside, and he's riding a hot streak now.
LeBron, no luck.
LeBron missed again.
From deep three-point range, and the miss.
The Lakers win it.
Taking care of business.
It is opening night prediction game. Anthony Davis was the man.
The first step in becoming a good team is your
LeBron
ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
Danny Green
and now we'll send
had his moments.
Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, were you satisfied with the team's performance tonight?
We got a very good team, but in order for us to continue to improve, we have to go out and we have to defend. We have to play for one another. We
7 assists for LeBron.
So it's not about the individual; it's about the team.
Complete
and if we all
game
get
here.
into what the team needs to do to be better, then we'll be okay.
It is a work in progress, LeBron. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
So let's take a look at the box scores. Davis 16 with 8 of 13 shooting. Morris with an excellent game, 4 out of 5 with 8 points. Danny Green is also excellent. Superb. LeBron, of course, usual. He's a Swiss Army knife. Had 7 assists, 5 rebounds. And Rondo did his part. Not much from the other guys. Let's take a look at the box scores for the Clippers. Paul George had it, but he had not much support. Where is Kawhi? Oh my God, Kawhi. 0 for 2 from the field. Wow, no points. Kawhi with a disappearing act. So let's take a look at the team comparisons. Clippers had the lead in the first, and the Lakers tied things up in the first half, and that had a humongous third quarter with 13 as against 5 for the Clippers. And fourth quarter, maintaining the lead that they had in that third quarter run. Well, let's see some highlights. It was all Davis in this game. As LeBron, look at this play here. Morris, there it is, and we see the fast break situation. There's Davis leaking out. So LeBron.
That isn't a golden. Oh my God.
Here he is being double teamed here. Beverly going to the swipe, and Anthony Davis with Morris on his back. Here's another fast break. Situation after the miss. Oh, there, it's not a miss actually, it's a block on the passing lane by McGee, and LeBron caught it, and he's off air the races again. LeBron, Anthony Davis leaking out. There's Zubac over Anthony, but Anthony is so good, able to take care of business. So the hot start for the Lakers continues. Anthony Davis leaking out for the dunk. Paul George, the bright light for the Clippers. And have here a Danny Green. Let's take a look at the events before the Danny Green shot. This was a made basket by the Clippers. Bradley going down. Post up play for Davis, too far away. Then Kawhi leaves his man. And the rotation, look at that. The rotation made by the Clippers. Leaving LeBron, going for the double team, but Anthony Davis surveys the floor, goes to Bradley. Bradley to Danny Green, who is wide open. Kawhi Leonard coming in late. That's the favorite spot of Danny Green. Now, LeBron James, not much highlight here. Kawhi guarding him. And Zubac. Zubac is slow to react. LeBron getting the dunk. Here is the Anthony Davis again leaking out. What a fast break. Danny Green. Let's take a look at the development here. So, half court play. LeBron giving it to Anthony Davis. Again, the Clippers going after Anthony for the double team. Paul George leaving. Danny Green open. Danny Green cutting. And go for the open shot from the Davis. LeBron James here with a jump shot over Beverly against the shorter Beverly. So it makes it Danny Green, another jump shot here. Let's take a look. Oh, there's Danny Green. He's wide open. So this is after a miss. It was a spectacular block by Anthony Davis. Oops. Oh, look at that D. So Morris blocked by Davis. Great play. LeBron had it. And LeBron surveying. Their defenders quickly down. Oh, Beverly leaves Danny Green. So Danny Green in the corner. Wide open. Beverly too late. So Danny Green hits again. So LeBron with shooters on the floor. J.R. Smith had a field goal against Sweet Lou Williams. Well, Sweet Lou's so small. So J.R. Smith just bullies him. Anthony Davis, LeBron with a nice, again, look at the Clippers. Paul George going for the double team. So who is open? Rondo is open. Right there. Right corner. Let Anthony Davis wisely pivots to his left. And followed up by LeBron James. Dunk here. Fast break. Pumps it. Yeah. So that's it. Please, I hope you enjoyed the game. Please subscribe and put your comments. Thank you and have a nice day.